Hi everyone, so today I'm making a video about how to make brownies vegan. So it's been a long time since I've uploaded. I've had a lot of hectic stuff going on in my life personally. Somebody really close to me passed away, and this is in addition to a family member that passed away late last year. So it's all been a bit stressful and emotionally draining. So anyway, I thought I would get back into it and film this video. So what we've got here is a recipe from BBC, and it's a really highly rated recipe that I found online for brownies. And thankfully it's very easy to make vegan and it is very delicious. So I'll get straight into it. So the ingredients are vegan butter, dark chocolate, plain flour, cocoa powder. You could use white and dark chocolate chips, or you can either replace that with something a little bit different like walnuts if you want to be a bit healthier. I omitted this completely. Then 3 large eggs, which we're replacing with a zucchini, 3 small zucchinis actually, and finally some sugar. And with the sugar you want to make sure that it is not bleached with bone char. We don't do this in Australia generally, but if you do in your country, I would try to find a raw sugar, if not something like a coconut sugar, palm sugar, or a fruit sugar alternative. And with the zucchinis, you can also use something like apple sauce or mashed banana. These work as well. And then you can, if you're going with the fruit route, you can reduce the amount of sugar you use too. So the first step is to melt the vegan butter and the dark chocolate together. So this can be done over kind of like a homemade bain-marie. So you just get a pot of boiling water and then put on top of that another pot where you melt the dark chocolate and the butter together, or you can do it in the microwave. Just make sure you really keep a good eye on it because it burns quickly. So leave your chocolate to the side just to cool down, turn on your oven, and then get the plain flour and the cocoa powder sifted into a separate bowl. If you're adding chocolate chips or walnuts, now is the time to kind of make sure you've chopped those up and put that aside. So the next part is where you get out your food processor or your blender, and this is where I chopped the ends off the zucchini and popped those in and blended them up to quite a small amount, but I've also put in this point a shot of coffee. You can use decaf if you like. This just really brings out the chocolate, the richness of the chocolate flavour. I've also put in this time here the sugar. Quite like a fine mixer. You don't really need to, it's not going to come out exactly the same as when you do it with egg, because the egg would be like more of a whipped and fluffy, whereas this is just going to be kind of like a green liquidy looking thing, as you can see here in the picture. I've then folded in the chocolate mix to the zucchini mix, and then after that sifted the flour mix in there as well and folded that in together. So once that's done, you can pop those into your prepared tins. I've got a silicone baking tray and that I've put mine into. The recipe says to put it into the oven for 25 minutes. I found that mine needed quite a bit longer, probably about 40 minutes, but just keep an eye on it. You'll know when it's done because the edges have kind of come apart from the side and the top is no longer jiggly. And that's pretty much it. Once that's cooled down enough to eat, definitely get into it. I absolutely loved this recipe. It was a really fudgy brownie, really moist. My housemates loved it as well. You can hardly tell it's vegan at all, and you can't see any of the zucchini. This is why I prefer to put it in the blender rather than in just grating it, because there's no green chunks. So if you have small kids, or perhaps you just want to get more greens in it and you don't really want to think about eating greens, this is a really good way to do it. This recipe was absolutely fantastic, and I think I'm definitely going to make it again. I like the idea of walnuts. I didn't put any in mine, but I think next time that I will. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Have you ever made a vegan brownie? Or is there anything else that you'd like for me to try and make vegan? Maybe share this with someone who doesn't think that vegan food is delicious. I don't know, let's see. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe, and you can catch me on all of the socials. Alright, thanks, bye!